Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to set up for the LD50 toxicity lab. You should have picked up a packet that looks just like this from the main office. And inside of it, so it's literally just a sandwich baggie. Inside of it you should have 4 additional sandwich baggies. 1, 2, 3, 4. A small baggie of salt, NaCl. And then inside this, the main baggie, you got a kind of a handful of mung beans. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these mung beans and just kind of pour them out onto a paper towel because I'm going to need a bag. All right, put those over the side. Okay, so according to the instructions, it says cut a piece of paper towel to make a folded taco and put in each bag. So what actually works perfectly is this is just one of the selective size. So if I literally just fold it in half like a taco, and then I stick it inside the bag like this, and then I'll do that for all 5. Okay, so I have done all 5 bags where I have put in my folded taco paper towel inside, and now I need to go ahead and label them. So the first bag is going to be no salt. So you're going to need a Sharpie. First bag is no salt. Bag 2 is going to be 2 pinches of NaCl, or 1/8 of a teaspoon, and that's little TSP. Okay. Bag 3 is 4 pinches of NaCl, or 1/4 teaspoon. Bag 4, 8 pinches of NaCl, or 1/2 chisp. And then the final bag is 16 pinches of salt, or 1 teaspoon. Okay, so now I have all of my bags set up, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stick them in the order that I'm going to use them. 16, 8, 4, 2, and none. All right. So then we need to make sure that you've got all of your materials on hand. So you're going to need, kind of just looking ahead, you're going to need your salt. You're going to need the mung beans. You're going to need a 1 cup measuring cup. If you don't have one of these, then it's, I'll show you, you can also just use a mug, and this is actually what I'm going to mix my water and salt in. And I will show you in the next video how much a cup actually adds up to be. And then we'll add the water to that. Okay, so you're going to need a cup, and then you're going to need some measuring spoons. So a 1/8 teaspoon, or 2 pinches of salt, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video. 1/4 teaspoon a half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, and then you're going to need 1 tablespoon because this is what's going to determine how much we add in to each bag. All right, let's go ahead and get started on setup for bag 1. I went ahead and got just a cup of tap water and I poured it in this mug. Now this is kind of a tall mug and it's about halfway. So if you don't have a 1 cup measuring cup, then just fill this up about halfway. If you have kind of a shorter one, it's maybe about 2/3 of the way up. All right, so then if we're looking at bag 1, it says take 2 tablespoons of tap water and place it in the first bag. That is no salt. So we are not going to add any salt to this particular mug. And so I'm going to take my tablespoon, going to go ahead and pick up my no salt. And then I'm just going to kind of open it just a little bit here. And I'm going to take, I need to dip it just a little bit. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Okay, I want to make sure that all of the paper towel gets wet. And just make sure that the water gets all around. Okay, I'm going to move this aside. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 5 mung beans. I'm going to place them inside my taco. So remember when you put in your paper towel, you put the fold in at the bottom. Now let's see if I can find where it separates here. Okay, here's my taco. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want to spread them out pretty equally, pretty evenly, so they're not all smushed together. All right, be careful with these paper towels. They're pretty. All right, so then make sure you squeeze all the air out of it and then go ahead and seal it. So that would be no salt. Okay, so that one's already done. Now it's time to move on to our 2 pinches of NaCl. Now I need to get a cup, a new cup, make sure it's a full cup of water in this mug. So I'm going to go ahead and water my plant with this because it's just regular water. Okay, went ahead and got a cup of tap water. Now here I want to add 2 pinches of NaCl or 1/8 teaspoon. Now I want to show you what a pinch is, okay? So when you're doing a pinch, what they do is you literally just take your fingers and you pinch. And whatever's in your pinch, that's a pinch. Okay? So 1 pinch, 2 pinches. Right? Or you can do 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and stir. Give it a good stir. And then I'm going to go ahead and take 2 tablespoons of this salt solution, pour it into my 2 pinches of NaCl bag. Okay, make sure it all gets nice and wet. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, then it's time to get 5 mung beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open up my tacos. Remember, this is the hard part. Be careful, this paper towel is already wet, so it's really quite fragile, actually. All right, open up the old taco. Put my mung beans in there. spread them out. Okay, make sure all the air is out. Go ahead and pinch it. Okay, close it. All right, so now I've got to go get a new cup of water. This one has salt in it, so I don't want to water my plants with this one. Okay, new cup here. Next bag says 4 pinches of NaCl or 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to go ahead and use my 1/4 teaspoon. If you have it, I do highly recommend that you use these just because it's more accurate. But if you don't, that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get 1/4 teaspoon, and it needs to just be kind of level there. Go ahead and add that in. Stir it. All right, 2 tablespoons of this salt solution. 1. I'm going to keep my finger in the paper towel this time so I can open it easier. Just a trick. All right. Now it's time to put my 5 mung beans in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! That actually worked out really well. Okay, make sure you squeeze all the air out, and now I have my 4 pinches, or my 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, back again. Keep in mind the reason why I am putting a 1 cup in every time is so that it is a constant. Okay, so now we're at 8 pinches of salt or 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm going to go ahead and do my 1/2 teaspoon. Again, so I'm going to kind of level it out there. Add it to the mug of water. Stir. All right. Time to take 2 tablespoons. Again, I'm going to put my finger in between the paper towels. You can already just see it's much saltier looking. Okay, making sure that it's all wet there. I'm going to go ahead and get my 5 mung beans. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 2 are too close. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the air out. Close it. Zipper's not closed. Why? Because the paper towel's in the way. Okay. Now close it. All right. One last time to get fresh water. All right. And this last one, hopefully you have a 1 teaspoon because 16 pinches is a lot, but you got to do what you got to do. So in this last one, I need 1 teaspoon. Sorry, a little shaky there. And I'm going to go ahead and drop it in there. I'll be done with all this stuff. Mix it really well. Oh yeah, it definitely looks much saltier. Remember to keep everything as constant as possible. The only thing we want to change is the amount of salt in the water, but we want everything else to be the same. The amount of water we put in, type of salt, type of bag, type of paper towel. We want all the conditions to be the same, except for the one thing that we're testing, which is our independent variable. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get 2 tablespoons. I'm just kind of propping it with 1 finger. Put that to the side. All right, let's go ahead and get this paper towel soaked all the way through. Just salt all over. All right. Oops, you know what I just did? I lost my hold. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you should have your 5 bags. You want to put these in kind of a room temperature place. Dark is preferable, so maybe like in a drawer or a top cabinet somewhere where you're not going to see them. And then you want to come back in 4 days, take a look at them, and then we will look at the results. You'll definitely need to make sure you take pictures and do some measurements once you look at them. All right, that's it.